God, you are. Every mountain, God, you are. Every ocean, God, you are. Every canyon, every inch of earth and sky, God, you are. Every morning, God, you are. Every midnight, God, you are. Every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are. Every sunrise, God, you are. Every moon glow, God, you are. Every star shine, we got stars. Every inch of earth and sky, God, you are. Every springtime, God, you are. Every snowfall, God, you are. Every season, every second of my life. Here we go. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Good morning, Unity. My name is Reverend John Riley, and I have the joy of serving as your senior minister. And I'd like to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service here at Unity Palo Alto. If you're new to Unity, what we want you to know is Unity is a global spiritual movement. We are welcoming and inclusive of people from all backgrounds and all walks of life. And wherever you are on your spiritual journey, know that you are welcome here. We're so blessed this morning to thank you for being a part of our Sunday service, whether you're here in person, watching live on the live stream, or watching during the week. Know that you are in our hearts and in our prayers, and wherever you are in this moment, you're in the right place at the right time right now. Because wherever you are, God is. Yes? We are blessed to have with us Casey Wicker as our platform leader. Felix is running the booth. Polo Jones is on drums. Russell Norman is on piano. And our soloist today is our music director, Deborah Winters. And so I invite you to stand as Deborah leads us in our 2 opening songs.
Oh, we're going to feel it down in our soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. Yeah, I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. Yes, I do. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence my soul, and the whole wide world is my home. Yes, I feel the power down in my soul. Yes, I feel the power down in my soul. Let it go. I feel the power, yes, down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I hear the whole wide world is my home. Yeah. Woo! That sound great. God is my source. God is my power. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I joy, 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 joy is my source. All my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Let's stay on peace and do that one more time. 'Cause we need peace. Ah, it's my peace. It is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Yes, yes. Thanks for waking us up in such a wonderful way. It is good to be at home with you, my spiritual family, all those here and online. We are part of a worldwide movement, and Unity teaches 5 core principles to lead us on our path. The first principle is God is. There is only one power active in the universe and in our lives. God, the good, omnipotent. And whether you call it God, isness, universe, love, George, whatever you call it, guess what? Our second one principle is you are it. It's the I am. For each one of us is created in that substance and intelligence in every person and in all creation. You are it. Everything is it. And you put those together, one power and presence in the world, and you are it. That's big. And so our third principle teaches us the importance of our thoughts in mind. For thoughts in mind produce after their kind. We have the ability to affect our world. We have that. We have access to that. And that is a huge responsibility. And so we need another tool to keep us grounded. And so that's our fourth one, which is the prayer and meditation. For it is that time. I love that song. I love the silence. And everybody got hushed. And that was still powerful, even in that hush, right? And so that time in meditation and affirmative prayer connects us and realigns us with that creative, constructive power of God to move in and through us. It's our tune-up time, I think, right? Get realigned. And we can't stay on the mat. Our fifth one is the practical application. It's that daily practice. For as we practice these principles, and it is a practice, every day, over and over, every minute, we get to restart. And as we have that mindset of restarting and realigning and practicing every day, we express more and more of the divine, more of what the world is calling from us to give. And life gets better. Yes, yes? Yes, yes. Okay, wait. Let's hear it again. Yes, yes? Yes, yes. Trust us, trust us. Work it, work it. And these 5 core principles really shape our vision statement as well. Our vision statement is popping up here, and I just want us to center ourselves, take a breath, so that we're consciously coming from a place as we say this. So together, our vision statement, centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things.
Now we're reading from the Daily Word. Our daily word today is guidance. I'm going to read the affirmation first, and then I'm going to invite you to affirm it with me. So I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. Together, I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. Created in the image and likeness of God, I have creative power to bring my ideas to life. I choose which thoughts to nurture and grow, and where and how to invest my time and energy. Like a sailor preparing to embark upon the open seas, I do not travel alone. I get clear about where I want to go and what I want to experience, and get ready for the journey. I map the course to my goals and make an action plan. God accompanies me as the wind that fills my sails and propels me. I hold the rudder and choose the route, but ultimately the wind, God, moves me. I celebrate with spirit within and feel secure and brave, knowing I am always supported. With divine guidance to rely upon, I move confidently in the direction of my dreams. From Proverbs 16, verse 9, the human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps.
There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple has the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. Now we speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in our heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power. Now it's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the beauty of a baby. It's the boundlessness of space. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love. It's the power of the love. It's the power of the love in you and me. Oh, it's the power of the love.
Can you feel that power and energy? Amazing. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Polo. Good morning, Unity. Last week we held our White Stone service, and if you were here, you received a white stone that looks like this. If you weren't here and like to pick one up, I think we still have a few in the bookstore, so check it out there, and you can grab one for yourself. And the whole idea of the White Stone service is to listen to that within you that is seeking to express itself a little more fully. And what we did after the service is that we got together and we wrote our words on this little poster board to honor and celebrate who we've come here to be. Things like a new, authentic spirit, wise heart, peace, centered, be kind, curious, a worthy, self-aware, light-giving, holographic droplet of God. Expansive, action, transition to peace, adventure, tranquility, leap, self-care, soar, serving, forgiveness, love, inspired, sweat it. Yeah, that's sweat. Okay, sweat it. Faith. I had to sweat, sweet, sweat. Faith, strength, centered, peace, calm, giving, self-love, joy, strength, serenity. All of these expressions that we are here to be and to express in our life. These are the words, these are the ideas. This is what is being calling within you for you to experience and express a little bit more each year. Now, if you have a word or a word that's coming to you that you didn't have last week, I'll have this out in the courtyard. You can add your word to it. Thanks to all of you who are online and send me emails and send me your words, and feel free, if you have more words, we can add them to this so that we can remember and remind ourselves of who we've come here to be and what we've come here to express, these wonderful ideas of spirit. Now, all of these ideas are within us, and the reason they come up for us, the reason they come forward is that they are here to be expressed. They're seeking expression. I had one person tell me that, they had their word all picked out, they written down, this is why my word is what it is, and then I asked them to just hold it lightly and just be open to what comes, and all of a sudden a different word came. The word was love, and pictures and images of mothers and family and childhood friends, and things started bubbling up, and that person was infused with love and overflowing with tears. And this is the expression, the experience that we can have when we give these ideas attention. When we say, yes, this is what's here to be expressed, and to allow that to express and come forward in our lives. Now, there are times in our life where there are challenges, yes? There are times when there are struggles. That's a part of life. And we see it all over the place. We see it globally. We see the idea of polarization within our country. We see the idea of a lack of civility. We see all of these struggles that are happening around us. And we also have personal challenges. Maybe we might have a family issue, or we're going through a divorce. Maybe we have a health issue, or a legal issue, or something, a loss of a job. But there's something within us, and something seems to be happening in life that occasionally pops up. Anybody ever experienced something like that? A struggle, a concern? Yeah, we all have them, right? Let's normalize that, because that's a part of life. And it's okay to feel the pain. It's okay to notice when we're sad, when we're angry, when we have fear. One of the challenges that we have in New Thought and metaphysics is what I call metaphysics allergies, right? We have an allergic reaction to the idea of anger or fear. We can't have fear. Fear is a bad thing. Fear is the enemy. I don't agree with that at all. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is simply a feeling that's coming up. And it can be very powerful for us. It can tell us when something is dangerous around us. So we allow that fear, just notice the fear, and as we notice the fear, we can let it go. The challenge comes when we live and let the fear, the anger, right, the frustrations turn into resentment, turn into gossip, turn into the ruler of our life. When we allow that anger and that fear and those conditions to rule our experience of life, to rule our thinking, we become subjects to those fears. That's when it becomes a problem. The emotion itself is just simply a warning sign. Hey, there's something going on that we need to pay attention to. And if we pay attention to it, there's so many spiritual tools that we have that can help us move through those things, those situations, with more ease, a little bit more grace, with more comfort, with more confidence, all of those words that we sang about. But we have to be willing to let go and to allow those feelings, these words, to come forward, and these experiences to come forward in our life. Most of us live and spend our lives trying to get more, because that's what we are conditioned to do. That's what we were taught. We were taught for so often that our source is out there, that our comfort, that our joy, that our experience of life comes from out there. And so we're always seeking for more. That's the human nature in us. We're always seeking for more things, more experiences, something different because I'm bored, something different because, I don't want to, it's clearly, I'm just not motivated enough, so I need something to motivate me out there. I don't want to talk about, the idea of discipline because I don't like that. So there's got to be something out there that motivates me, that gets me excited about it. So all of these things that we are conditioned to do because we're not willing to ask the deeper question. What if that power, that energy, that strength was already within you? What if all of that came from within? Came from that irresistible connection with Spirit? Came from that idea that that energy is always flowing within us? We just have to tune into it a little bit more. What if we tuned into that idea and turned to that instead of seeking for it out there? Eric Butterworth, a Unity minister and author, wrote this book called Discover the Power Within You, a guide to unexplored depths within. Oh, this one has a foreword by Maya Angelou. I'll have to get this version, the 40th edition. Anyway, so I distracted by shiny objects. So Eric Butterworth, this book is actually a fundamental book for Unity. It is a very easy way for you to understand where Unity comes up with our ideas, our philosophies, our experiences, and our practices so that we can live into it a little bit more. What's interesting, as I was reading this again, it was written in the late 60s and early 70s. And culture was a little bit different back then. Things were happening, yeah? It was a little different than it is today. But if you take away the details of the events that were happening in the 60s and look at the meta, look what's behind it, look at the human condition that was behind it, it is very similar to the human condition that we are in today. 60, 70 years later, we are still experiencing that sense of separation. We're still experiencing the same things he talks about. They're just different names and different stories. And what's interesting is that's the human nature. The human nature is trying to push away any of this spiritual nonsense, any of this idea that we're something different, that we are loved, that we are kind, that we are expansive, that we are happy, pushing that away because we need that and something out there has to give it to us. That's the human nature in us trying to be in charge rather than serving the divine nature within us. Eric Butterworth says we are not human beings trying to be spiritual, rather we are spiritual beings trying to understand how to be more human in a more effective way, to bring out this spiritual nature within us more consistently, to allow that energy to flow with us so that we can move through life a little bit easier and a little bit gentler without having as much stress and struggle. Butterworth reminds us that spiritual power is not something we acquire, it is something that we awaken to. And it's not about becoming something new or someone new. I think so often we talk about this idea of our spiritual nature or divine nature, and that's a pretty tall bar, don't you think? When we talk about it as Christ consciousness, that's a tall bar. When we talk about it as your divine self or that spark of divinity, we all look at that as like, well, okay, yeah, but I'm just me. But anytime we take one step forward and allow a little bit more of that to shine, then we're moving in that direction and we're expressing more and more of it. And any small step in our life, from going from being angry about the situation continually, day in and day out, to being angry about it maybe for only an hour. Now, I'll admit, sometimes it takes me more than an hour. Sometimes I need to go on my hike. Sometimes I need to put something down. Sometimes that energy, because that belief is still running within me. I'm angry because ... Fill in the blank. We all have our because, yes? And it's that because that we're ruminating on that's creating and generating the anger over and over and consistently for us. So it's an opportunity for us not to ignore what's happening. That's part of our spiritual, our metaphysical allergies, right? We look at it and we say, well, I can't feel sad because that's not metaphysical. It's not unity. I have to be happy, happy, joy, joy all the time. And that's not reality, at least not my understanding of unity. It's acknowledging this is what is in life. Yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm feeling lonely. Yes, I'm suffering. And that isn't the whole of me. That isn't the truth of me. That is simply me reacting to this experience. So it's time for us to discover that there is more within us than this suffering. It's time for us to discover that this idea that God is out there is a myth, that God is in here is more truthful for us. God not only is in here, but God is all around us. God is the energy in which we breathe. It's like being in the sunshine on a beautiful day like today and trying to see the light. Where's the light? Well, it's all around us. You're standing in it. You're soaking in it. It's time for us to let go of that idea of God out there, or that power is external, or that we are dependent, broken, or unworthy. Butterworth reframes this and reframes God as presence, principle, and power within. Not separate, not distant out there, not something that's acting upon us, but the very essence of our being, the very energy in which we live and move and have our being. As Butterworth said, it's like the ocean that is inside of the wave. The wave thinks it's an individual self, but it's really a part of the ocean, expressing itself, crashing on the shore and returning to the ocean. We are not separate. And as Jesus taught in Luke 17, the kingdom of God is not coming with things that can be observed. For in fact, the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. It is present. It is here and now. It is being expressed and experienced. We just have to become more aware of it. Excuse me while I move that away a little bit. The kingdom of God is not out there and will not come with big trumpets and lights, neon lights, and flashing celebrations. It's here and present. That's what the master teacher taught. It is within each one of us. And this is Unity's fundamental first principle. Our first fundamental principle, God is. And Casey spoke about this morning. God is. There's only one presence and one power, active in our lives and in all the universe. God. God is. It is it. Now, a lot of us don't like the word God. Anybody not like the word God? Because we grew up. It's okay. You don't have to raise your hands. I understand. You may not want to admit to that. Sorry, everyone. But it's true, because we were taught that God is out there. And back to the days of the Greek gods, out there, different aspects of God. And then one God, but only one God that's out there in the clouds, directing, guiding, damning, blessing. And then we started to grow a little bit more and discovered that presence is within us, that we're one with that universal presence. And that was really Jesus' whole teaching. Oneness with God. And here's how to be that. We're one with that infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. The Upanishads say this: the ultimate reality is who you already are. You're already it. Now, the challenge is that we look at all of our challenges and say, I'm already it, but here are all the things going on in my life that would say differently. But remember, life is just a wonderful experiment, a wonderful experience of stuff happening. And stuff does happen, yeah? It's our reaction to the stuff that creates our suffering. It's our looking at it as if I'm separate from God and God's not with me, and oh my gosh, how do I get more of that experience of God when it's already here and present? All we need to do is pipe down a little bit, is to become still, to be still and to know. The Buddha once said, be a lamp unto yourself. The idea here is that liberation does not come from an external source, but from an awakening to the reality of what is. Be your own lamp. As Jesus said, you are the light of the world. Be that lamp. A lamp is not put under a bushel, but on a post for all to see, so it gives light to the whole room. You are that lamp. Allow that light to shine. The Christian mystic Meister Eckhart said, "The kingdom of God is within you, and it is nothing other than God itself." That presence and power is within us. So in the middle of all of our stuckness, in the middle of all of the stuff that's going on in our life, we have the opportunity to just pause for a moment, to acknowledge what is, to acknowledge the feelings and the experiences that we're currently having, and to know that they do not define you. The situation, the illness, the legal suit, whatever it is, the loss of a job, the looking for a job, all of those things don't define you. They're just experiences that we're moving through, and this too shall pass. So as we see these things, we can recognize, oh, I'm having a reaction, and that reaction is sadness, fear. And that is telling me that I'm holding on to some belief. So what can I let go of? What belief can I do my own little burning bowl ceremony safely in my house? I like to use the shredder. A lot easier. Don't have to search for the matches. I write stuff down. I put it in the shredder. Gone. Have your own shredder ceremony. And then renew yourself with your white stone word. Pull out your white stone and remind yourself of who you've come here to be. What experience do you want to have shining in your light and express in your light? Think of it like this. This light within you, if you took a prism and you set it on the table and the sun is shining on it, the light is going to be reflected by the prism, and all of its different frequencies are going to be displayed as a rainbow. Yes? So that light that's shining within you, that is going through the prism of your humanity, and it is shining that rainbow. The challenge is sometimes we've drawn the curtains. The curtains are closed and the light's not shining. So it's an opportunity for us to say, okay, where am I closed off? Where am I holding back? Where am I shielding my light from myself and from others? Sometimes there are things in the way. The light is shining, the rainbow's there, but there's things in front of us that we can't see, that are obstructing our view. Right? That project that I have to do by midnight tonight, I got to get it done. The situation that's happening, and I've got to do this or that or the other. We put things in front of us that take our attention away from that light, that rainbow that's shining. Yes? Sometimes it's just cloudy in our consciousness, and the sun isn't shining at all. So it's an opportunity for us, if you recognize that, the discovery is you have the ability to open the curtains. You have the ability to move the things in front of you. And you have the ability to clear that cloudy consciousness by turning within, taking a breath, acknowledging what is, having your shredder ceremony, getting rid of the beliefs and the habits and the behaviors that are holding you back, and allowing that light to shine. Let's move to our affirmation, Felix. We're going to go through this one at a time. And I'm going to speak a little bit about each one. And I put the word allness, the allness of life, because one of our metaphysical allergies is to the word God. Now, the beautiful song that Deborah sang, you might like to call it isness or the universe. Butterworth likes to call it allness, the allness, and that's what I like because it describes it better for me. We might describe it as love, the harmonizing energy of spirit. We might describe it as spirit, the energy and activity of this consciousness that flows through us. We might describe it as wisdom or power or creativity. Each of those are simply different colors in the rainbow, different reflections and frequencies of the allness of life. So as we're going through this, I have allness, but you may want to use the word God or your own word and that's okay. First off, God is life, expressing my vitality, growth, and aliveness. The allness of life expressing as me. Together, the allness of life expressing as me. God is love, showing up in my as compassion, kindness, and connection. The allness of, I forgot love. The allness of love, loving as me. Together, the allness of love, loving as me. God is wisdom, guiding my thoughts, choices, and understanding. The allness of wisdom, thinking as me. Together, the allness of wisdom, thinking as me. God is power, moving through me as courage, creativity, and action. The allness of power, expressing as me. Together, the allness of power, expressing as me. God is peace, revealed in my calm, trust, and inner stability. The allness of peace begin with me. Together, the allness of peace begin with me. And so it is. The awakening to the principle of God is awakening and discovering that power within you. Let's take that into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer. I invite you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And as you release, feel the release in your body. Feel the release in your mind. Feel the release of the stress and the strain. Allow yourself to simply sink into the present moment. As our thoughts begin to settle, our body will relax, our emotions will dissipate. And in this state of inner peace, God is. With each breath, we awaken to that power within us. Awaken to our inner strength, expressing as courage, devotion, discipline. Awaken to that authenticity, expressing that divine light, shining through me as a bright rainbow of my personal expression of the allness of life. With each breath, I awaken to the presence of Spirit, breathing life in me. As I breathe, I allow this loving energy, the harmony, the peace, the power in the stillness of the silence. I am one with the infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. I am one with the allness of power and peace, of strength and wisdom, of love, allowing this energy to flow in, through, and as me. I express that light in everything I do today. Today, I discover how that light shows up. I discover how love shows up in my life as loving kindness, as compassion. I discover how wisdom shows up and is expressed through me as wise and loving decisions. I discover how my spiritual strength gives me the energy, empowers my will, leads me on my path, one step, one day at a time. I am one with the infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. The healing, harmonizing, prospering energy of spirit, divine love, flows in, through, and as me. Today I shine that light of love out into the world. We surround our prayer chest with all of the love, wisdom, and energy and strength of spirit. If there's somebody who you hold in prayer, I invite you to bring their name into your heart and say their name out loud or say their name silently. For all of the names that we hold in our heart, all of the prayers in our prayer chest, we affirm divine love is doing its perfect work in this very moment. Spiritual strength is moving through every situation, divine order, peace, wisdom, faith. And as that energy flows from us, we surround our planet with this love. We bless all of humanity, lifting up the consciousness of the whole. We bless all of creation. Or as we express this energy and allow this light to shine, we are a blessing in the world. And for that joy, for that energy, for that peace that we are creating in our consciousness and creating in our environment and in our world, we celebrate and give thanks by celebrating, by singing the Alleluia.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
And with a nice, deep cleansing breath, we return our attention to this time, to this space, feeling that energy of love, feeling that energy of presence, feeling that connection with one another here in this spiritual community. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover your spiritual magnificence and to live that every day, a little bit more and a little bit more every day, one day at a time. Our purpose statement is that we are here to inspire you to transform your life and to make a positive difference in the world. One of the ways that Unity Palo Alto shares this light and love with our community is through our Sharing Abundance program. This month we are sharing our abundance with the St. Francis Center, and I'd like to invite Kate and Frank to come forward to tell us a little bit more about this wonderful community. Frank DiMartini is the new committee chair.
Good morning. It's kind of interesting to, even closer, okay. It's kind of interesting to stand up here and look out amongst everybody. I'm usually sitting out there. I would like to introduce Kate Young from the St. Francis Center. Since 1986, the St. Francis Center of Redwood City has been a place of miracles. The center was founded to provide food, clothing, and other essential services for hardworking, impoverished families who work at one and sometimes two low-paying jobs, yet find it difficult to pay exorbitant rent costs and provide basic necessities for their families. They strive to provide the services while keeping their motto of compassion and not judgment at the front of their minds and actions. The center focuses on providing these essential services so that families have everything they need to live with dignity. Would you like to say some more?
Thank you, Frank. And thank you, everyone, for having me here today at the beginning of 2026. It's a great time to reset. I love all of your traditions of finding a word for the year, an intention for the year. I was lucky enough this is actually my second time here. About 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I was able to come and speak to your community. And so I'm so happy to be able to come back 2 years later. And at St. Francis Center, as Frank said, on a daily basis, we give out food and clothing to our community in the North Fair Oaks neighborhood, which is an historically underserved and unincorporated area of San Mateo County, right on the border of Atherton and Redwood City. So we give out food and clothing. We have a small school on site called Holy Family School with a maximum of 30 children in 2 small classrooms, so they get a lot of one-on-one attention. It's sort of a micro school with lots of love, lots of support for each student in finding out who they are and what they need to move through their educational journey. In addition to that, we have, right around the corner, we have a large gymnasium, a youth center, where 100 children come every day after school for all of the after-school fun of homework and snacks and sports and art and cooking and all of those fun things. And then in our neighborhood, we also have 268 units of affordable housing. So we buy apartment buildings, we fix them up, and we self-subsidize them and make them affordable. We don't use any government subsidies. We just try to create rents that are reasonable for people who are working so hard in our community to be able to live near where they work. But St. Francis Center is more than just all of these operations. It really is, as our motto says, compassion, not judgment. Like this community, St. Francis Center is a community. It's like a village. We're in this neighborhood, a very special neighborhood with very special people that support each other through life's ups and downs and the challenges and the joys of life as well. We have many quinceañeras, for example, where we come together and support our young women as they're moving on in the world. So it's more than just a place. It really is about the people and the connections that are there. One of those connections, one of those very special people is Miss Linda Grayson I see over there. She comes every week for how many years, Linda? Many. A long time, yeah. And she's one of our very special tutors that works with some of our parents who are in our center to improve their English and work on GED and work on whatever their educational journey is. So Linda comes every week and works with one of our moms, and we love having, two moms. Here she has 2 students, okay. And we love having Linda's energy there and her kind heart and spirit. And our organization is largely volunteer run. We have so many volunteers in the community that come that help us give out all of this food and clothing. And in fact, 2 years ago, when I was here 2 years ago, I met a gentleman named Rusty and his wife Alex. I think they just moved to Florida, right? But after my talk here 2 years ago, Rusty reached out and got involved, and he and Alex started volunteering at our center, helping with the food and the clothing, and they also helped us with a little construction project. And they also brought a new friend. Her name is Maria Jimena, a friend of Alex's from Colombia. And Maria Jimena started volunteering with us. And then we had a job opportunity open up that was perfect for Maria Jimena. And so she's working with us now as our parent empowerment coordinator. And when I was coming here today, I was like, wait a minute, that is such a neat connection, right? That all began here almost 2 years ago. And I'm lucky enough, I'm blessed to work with Maria Jimena every single day. She's a very special person, and she helps our community of parents work on all of their parent empowerment journey. So thank you all for sharing your abundance with us. That really is, I've been thinking about it, my word for 2026, because 2025 was a tough year for our community in a lot of different ways. And I'm just hoping that we can reset that mindset and think about not the fear and anxiety that might have been pervasive in 2025, but more about the abundance of what we have when we're connected to each other, when we can support each other, and when we can think about locally what we can do rather than worrying about the things that are far away, right, that we may feel like we don't have a lot of control of right now. So thank you very much for having our community in your hearts and for sharing your abundance with us. We appreciate it so much.
And Kate, we want to bless you and bless the St. Francis Center. So would you please join me in saying, Kate, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the light in you. And so it is. Thank you. There are so many ways in which you can support our spiritual community and help us to continue to support other communities in the Bay Area. However you decide to give, there are many ways in which you can support us. However you decide to give with love. For it's the manner in which you give to the world that you receive from the world. And when you give with that consciousness of love, you are expressing and experiencing that flow back to you with ease and grace. The affirmation that we say is on the screen, and I invite you to affirm it with me together. Divine love from me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
There's been a storm brewing inside of me. Something's moving round my heart. Something's changing that I can't see. I'm stuck in what I know is safe, but not where I'm supposed to be. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call, and it's something I've never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call, and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 They say that pain pushes till the vision pulls. So many things have fallen down. I wish I had a map of where to go. I got this feeling in my soul. With this vision I will know. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call, and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 Come on and sing with me now. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call, and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 What am I here for?
Oh, wait. What am I here for? It's all a journey, and how blessed we are to have each other on the journey, to have this space, this music, amazing leader to guide us. I know, and each other. You are it. And so as you are it, we are going to stand and have the opportunity to bless each other, to see it, and to acknowledge that. So turn towards the center, and our blessing is on the screen together. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I behold the light in you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, you can sit on down, and let me just tell you what we got going on. There's so much going on. It doesn't end here. Let's see, first off, we have a vibrant women's group. I just have to say, it's pretty fun to see in action and to be a part of. And they meet the third Sunday of the month, in person and on Zoom. So that is going to be next week at 11:30. I tell you, they're always cooking up something. And I guess there's Hopes Not Goals, a brainstorming without pressure next Sunday. So you can be part of that. It's always, like I said, it's a vibrant group. It's a great way to put your toe in if you want to meet some people. And we have other opportunities as well for the fourth Sunday, the Sunday after that. Our very own June Riley leads us in the lunch brunch, which you can meet for fellowship and connection after service at 11:30. This is a little guided topic of the day kind of session, and it's a great, fun way to meet people and to get to know people you see maybe every Sunday a little better. And if you are thinking of becoming a community member, if you're kind of like, okay, I've hung around here, and now I want to be part of this energy and this goodness, and give your energy and goodness to this community, Reverend John will be holding on February 1st community member orientation. The path to membership starts with this meeting, and it starts with saying yes to your spiritual growth. So this is a roundtable discussion, which you'll learn more about Unity itself and about Unity Palo Alto, and how to deepen your connection with our spiritual community. So there is so much that is happening. You can check us out online at unitypaloalto.org and all our social media channels. And I will say it's a little chilly today. We do have, our usual coffee and treats. And if you want to try to hang out in the sunshine and warm up, or you can join in the Learning Center as well. So just hang out and have a chat with us after. All right, let's see. Our beautiful flowers here today are donated by Christine Oliver. Yay, thank you, Christine. In honor of a prosperous new year. So thank you for that. Thank you for that joy. If you would like to donate flowers, it is such a beautiful thing to see fresh flowers here every Sunday. You can head to the bookstore. There's a sign-up sheet. You can pick a date and let us know what your intention is for that. And $75 will cover the cost of that. So again, it's in the bookstore. You can sign up. Now, if this is your first time here at Unity Palo Alto, or you're back from a long absence, we want to welcome you with a gift from the bookstore. We have a copy of the Daily Word or our Unity booklet. You can simply fill out the connection card located in the pew in front of you and bring it to the bookstore. And it's also like no hardship, I think, to go to the bookstore. I'm just saying. Some pretty cute stuff in there. So if anything, check that out as well. And welcome to Unity Palo Alto. And now I invite us all to stand, to face the center, and sing our song of peace.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are
And now our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunshine. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every starshine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are. God, you are.
I love the bar sixth.